Mother, man.
You bloody wankers! Don't make me strip search you!
Spreading faster than a case of the clap in a trailer court. Able to shatter eardrums within a 666-mile radius. A podcast more brutal than all the rest. It's Murder Metal Mayhem! Warning! Trigger alert! Trigger alert! Warning! Trigger alert! Warning! Trigger alert! Warning!
Well, goddamn, they've been warned.
Been warned. What the fuck is up?
And it's Tuesday, and that means we're throwing down a brand new Murder Metal Mayhem here at Horns High Studios for the Horns High Podcast Network. Episode 252 going down
Fuck
tonight.
yeah.
Hell yeah. I am here in Horns High with Chris and our very special guest, Colin, 815 Posse Rogers.
What is up, Rock?
And Joey in the 419. So we got everybody together. How's everybody doing, Colin? You're good?
Doing great. This is awesome.
Hell yeah, dude.
He's
Thanks
here
for
at
coming
Horns High.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Hell yeah. And Joey, how about over in the 419? How you and your catalytic converter still safe over there?
I do still have it. It is funny because this new job I started, I don't think I was there for fucking... I think it was like my second day I was there, and I was in the office and heard the manager talking to the cops, talking about somebody had a Kia that got stolen out of the parking lot.
Oh,
I was like,
shit.
goddamn Kia boys hitting it up.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, man. Only in the 419,
Fuck,
that's
dude.
for sure.
I'm sure I'll offend somebody by saying this, but at the same time, I'm still going to say it. I was like, wouldn't it be a bitch that if you had the choice to be able to get a vehicle, A, you would get a Kia, and B, it would be one that got fucking TikToked into getting stolen all the time? Like, Jesus Christ.
That's great. That's great. Well, Colin, with being here, first time here in Horns High Studio, you've been a listener for a while, friend of mine, and we just wanted to get you to come in, so I'm glad you're here. But what's it like first time in here? With
It's amazing.
A lot of shit going on.
Those masks are fire.
Yeah, dude.
The masks usually are the draw, because there's there will be a dozen in here tomorrow.
Yeah.
With Ed Kemper arriving. So
It's just to quote Ace Ventura, "This is my Graceland."
This is my...
Hell yeah. Well, what shirts we got on tonight, Chris? You got a nice one
fresh
over there.
gear, dude. I got the fresh freaking camo dead heat hat and the fucking municipal waste skull with the gas mask shirt.
Hell
Picked
yeah.
them both up at the show on Saturday.
Yeah, I
dude.
definitely want to hear
Fire
about
ass
that
show,
metal,
dude.
dude.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome. And then, Colin, what are you doing over there?
Well, my daughter made it for me.
Okay.
It's Roman numerals.
Yeah.
Okay.
815.
Oh, shit. That's
That's fucking
hilarious.
sick.
I've been wondering, but I didn't want to sound dumb. I'm like, I don't even know.
I was actually going to bring it up
I
earlier and let you know,
I
but
kind of figured that up after looking at your sleeve. I was like, okay, now I get it.
That's funny. That's
my
funny.
daughter Liza made it.
That's
actually
awesome.
yesterday.
The official 815 shirt on. God damn.
Hell yeah.
So, Joey, what about you, dude?
Well, now I'm going to have to bite that style and make a 419 out of fucking Roman No. But today I fucking, for my metal segment, I had to fucking rep the double crepitation. I got the camo shirt, and I got the fucking the crepitation hat on.
Nice.
That's my buddies, Slam Boys from the UK. I'm going to talk all about them in metal.
Awesome. Yeah, UK. We're all UK tonight. If I would have thought ahead of that, I could have made sure I paid the all UK bands tonight. That would have been funny. But very cool. And I got my old school Murder Metal Mayhem shirt on.
Hell yeah.
I almost did a last minute switch because I got a brand new Leper Colony shirt from Germany. It took a little bit, but I got it, and it looks fucking amazing. Love that fucking Leper Colony album, but it's got the cover art on it. It looks sick, so definitely next week I'll be sporting that thing. But
Right on.
love getting new shirts. I haven't got one in a little while, so yeah, Leper Colony. But I'm wearing the company shirt tonight. Now, last week we had the week off, and we did a bonus episode, which was the interview that I did with A.R. Hayes, the ex-con who has a really good true crime channel, A Convict's Thoughts. I was shocked at the response on that one. I mean, seriously, we had about 900 listens to the podcast, another 1,000 on YouTube, and then 2,500 views on the video of the interview. So 3 different places, but did really well. So awesome with AR. He's just a good dude, and he's just trying to turn his shit around, and he's kicking ass on YouTube. So definitely check it out. But we also put out several new episodes of 666 Seconds of Murder, as well as a couple 666 Seconds of Metal on the YouTube channel. So go subscribe.
Check them shits out.
Got links at the bottom if you want to do that, because, man, the Metal channel is killer with all the stuff we've been doing, 2 a week, and plus interviews. So there's a lot of content growing on that Metal channel. But the Murder channel, the main channel, is where you get all the true crime stuff there. So, all right. Well, tonight we're talking about a very obscure case, I would think. But, you know, that seems to be our thing, Chris.
That happens. Yeah.
From the beginning, we've always been kind of gravitating toward the more obscure ones. But we're going back to the UK for a case of Patrick Mackay. He had nicknames, Chris. Had a couple of good ones. No screen door intruders in this guy's
no.
repertoire. We're talking just the psychopath. That's kind of cool.
I mean, makes sense.
The devil's disciple is badass.
Yeah,
that's why I named the episode that. But his body count wasn't huge, but he was a fucked up individual, definitely a serial killer, and only for a couple of years, which is pretty crazy. But in the 70s, when you could get away with shit a lot easier.
The 70s was like, even in the UK, great for fucking serial killers.
Well, the golden age, right? Peter Vronsky. But he was convicted of 3. He admitted to 6 more, but the police thought it was more like 11. He murdered old women by strangulation, a priest with a fucking axe, which was just savage.
That's fucking brutal.
Kicked one dude to death. I mean, just brutal stuff. And we're going to do that in the murder segment coming up next. So stick around for that. And then, Joey, you got the horns tonight, and you said you're doing this on crepitation. I don't know much about them, though.
Yep, they're they've been around for a little while. The last, I don't know, too big of a hit. I'll talk more about them, but crepitation.
Yeah, UK band.
By the time I'm done talking about them, if you're into like Brutal Death or Slave or something, I'm pretty sure you're gonna go check these dudes out because they're fucking what's up.
Oh, cool. And
plus, we got a song. We always got the bumper music so y'all can hear what's going on.
Yeah, that was pretty sick what you sent me. Now, Chris has a lost classic for us tonight.
I got something for you tonight. I sure do.
And we're going to be talking about what we've been listening to. Chris is going to let us know how that Municipal Waste show went down. And Colin's a fellow bass player here, so I feel like, you know, we got a majority type situation, but we're going to hear what he's got to say about that and the band he plays in.
Sweet.
Talk about that in metal,
yeah.
too, and we'll get into that discussion. And, of course, though, throwing down a new killer cage match. And, Colin, if it's worth the drive here and back, to just witness this going down. Killer cage match is always fun.
Oh yeah,
and that's.
I know. I've got a little mayhem too for mayhem. That's some interaction with one of our listeners.
Sweet,
and I got a great one. It's a short one, but it's fucking classic. Classic. So killer cage match where we come up with a list of 100 killers, 100 objects for them to fight with. A variable in the cage and a song cranking the fuck out on that 666,000 watt custom Bose system. And it's a blast. We have some listeners to thank, though, Chris, for providing the random numbers.
It's just tonight we have the fucking #1 queen of the 419, Peggy Sue.
Nice. Oh, yeah.
And then we got Ray McDaddy McFalls.
Of course.
And Juan, the Latino Dream.
There he is, the Latino Dream.
So, hell yeah, dude. Thanks, y'all. Appreciate it.
I can hear all the women sighing when you say the Latino dream.
It's just like, oh.
Juan has that power over the ladies. So. And we got one hell of a wild match tonight, Joey. What's the bill tonight?
We got fucking Dahmer from Milwaukee going against Ed Kemper, the co-ed killer.
Damn.
That's
fucking...
I mean, just a straight up fight, that's one-sided as fuck.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting. But, Chris, the objects...
Yeah, the fucking objects and the fucking variable, and you never know. But
yeah, and that song, it could motivate them to want to kill, or it could make them just so angry. We don't know.
Piss them off.
Yeah, so we just
turn
don't
that
know.
fucking shit off.
So we're going to do that in the Mayhem segment later on, so that'll be fun, and that's a listener favorite for a reason, because it's fucking crazy.
Right.
And speaking of Ed Kemper, we got the brand new Sick Rick mask coming tomorrow to the studio. I got the natural skin version with the real glasses.
Hell yeah. So that'll be three we have with glasses, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So it's going to be killer. I can't wait.
I got the same one you got. I was going to do the regular with the decapitated neck, and I was like, nah, I don't know.
I know.
I just like to...
Just the head.
If I would have seen...
I like all of them, but...
If I would have seen the one with the regular with the decapitated, I would have ordered it, but I didn't see that until after I ordered. But I don't know how much more it was.
I thought long and hard. It was only $20 more, so it wasn't that bad.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad, but... And everybody that's listening, you guys will see it.
Yeah.
Pete will have his. I'm actually pulling... I'm doing your move, and I'm going to go to Cuyahoga Falls, to Sick Rick's
awesome
mask lair.
Nice.
And fucking go pick it up, since it's only like an hour and a half from me. So
right,
that's not
there
bad.
you go,
so I can
nice.
Go meet him and get
Check
it.
out the
Yeah,
shop
that'll
and
be
shit.
cool.
That's
Check out the
dope.
lair. Yeah, that's
yeah,
cool.
I'll get some pictures and post them up on our group page for anybody that
That's
checks that
awesome.
out.
And Rick is a super dude, and Rick would probably enjoy some of that greenery too. So
Oh yeah.
he's all about it. So yeah, that's cool. Rick's a great guy. Next time I go to Cleveland to see Jenny's brother, we're definitely going to go. Didn't do it this time because we went to the 419, but
right.
definitely want to get in there and see him. But we got a sponsor for the podcast. This is the last week this one's running because we had the bonus last week, so I told him we'd just do one more for this month. But if you need a tattoo and you're in that Southern Illinois or St. Louis area, go check them out. Chris, Epic Inc.
Yes, sir. Go down there, fucking
Edwardsville,
get you a
Illinois.
tattoo in Edwardsville. I've stayed down there in a hotel for so long.
Yeah, I've been in that area for work too. But you want to ask for Kaylin Stowers. She's the one. Her husband got her this ad for Valentine's Day, which I thought was nice. And you can go to her Instagram, which is witchywoman_Inc. There's some really good pictures of her work. And she's super into, creepy, weird, our kind of stuff. So
Darkness.
So yeah, she definitely is into that, and she's a big supporter. Her and Riley, her husband, are both listeners, and we appreciate it. So fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
Big thanks to everyone listening. We keep on seeing the numbers coming in. This week we're around 5,800, plus another 1,000 on YouTube. So thank you. And just keep on spreading that word, like that case of clap
awesome.
in a trailer park,
Yeah.
But
I don't go to a trailer park no more.
me either. Finally got out of the trailer court. But top 10 cities listening, Colin. What do we got?
Well, number one, of course, we've got Chicago, Illinois.
Oh yeah,
always. Number two is Brisbane, Queensland, Australia. Number three is Brooklyn,
They've been
New York.
holding that down for a while.
They have.
Yeah.
They have
Brisbane,
been.
man.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Big following there. So three, we got Brooklyn, New York.
Fuck yeah.
Number four is Honolulu, Hawaii.
Nice.
Looking like a lady. Come on, you want to let me?
Fifth, we got Decatur, Illinois.
Soy City. Fuck yeah.
Sixth is Bloomington, Illinois.
Nice.
Seventh, we got O'Fallon, Illinois. Number 8 is Temple, Texas, down there in Mac Daddy land.
Hell yeah.
Number 9 is Anderson, Indiana. Number 10 is Columbus, Ohio. And we got a bonus. In 78th place, we have the capital of A15, Provincetown, Illinois.
Oh, wow.
There we go.
Awesome.
Somewhere around
There
there.
we go.
And then, Joey, how about the countries listening to Murder Metal Mayhem?
U.S. is up a little bit.
Yeah.
Fucking 82%. Goddamn, fucking taking over. That's because of all of our Illinois listeners I see on there. That's awesome.
Right.
But so then after that, we got Australia with 6%, Canada with 2%, Germany with 2%, and 1 and under, we got the UK. Y'all better fucking love this episode.
Yeah,
Oh,
Get
yeah.
the numbers up.
Right.
Then we got Denmark, the Netherlands, Ireland, South Africa, and Mexico.
Nice. And thanks to everybody that's listening. We appreciate it wherever the fuck you're
Vatos
at.
locos forever.
Yeah.
Now, Chris, how about the YouTube stats, man?
Well, fucking like in the last month, we've had 120,000 fucking views, dude.
Wow.
Like,
That's a lot.
that's a lot for a month for
Yeah.
us. Like, so we appreciate you all guys out there. It's like fucking 15,000 hours watched. That's
Yeah, in a
motherfuckers
month.
just sitting there watching us for 15,000 hours. I feel you, man. I feel you. And we've also gained fucking 856 new subscribers. So fucking hell yeah, fucking thanks to the Horns High Club and shit.
Yeah, the
Appreciate
membership
y'all.
is
Y'all the
growing.
shit,
We're at
man.
like 32 or 33 people in the Horns High Club. So we appreciate it. And speaking of YouTube, keep listening to the podcast to find out about a new series that's rolling out on the channel. You don't want to miss it. Make sure you guys check out our website, murdermetalmayhem.com. Got a lot of good stuff there, the merch store. And so good place to go and learn more about Murder Metal Mayhem.
Yo, Joey, what you got?
I got this vape pen. It's fucking Ecto Cooler. It's fucking good as fuck. And then,
Remember the High C Ecto
Yep.
Cooler?
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, it tastes just like.
Does it
it's
for
good. And then
real?
I got
Fuck
this-
yeah, dude.
Yeah, the flower I'm smoking is I've still got the lavender diesel. I've been doing that for a bit.
Right,
It's
right.
fucking shit.
Hell yeah. I still got the Brad Pitt because I don't know what's in the box.
Yeah, that was great. Well, we got a lot on our plate tonight. We're going to be taking a plane trip. This time, though, we got 815 Posse with us. We're going back to England, try to avoid some fucking maniac wielding a hatchet. So, Chris, what the fuck are we going to do?
Let's go bloody moon on.
That was fucking Mortis Skull. Then I played more of that. I did not have it clipped, so I had to just do a quick fade on the fly.
Right.
Yeah, sorry about that. That was badass, though. Mortis Skull, fucking killer from Milwaukee. Great band. I just did a review of their album that's coming out. It just came out. It's amazing. So go check them out. Mortis Skull. Definitely like
That
those
was
guys.
Snow Pierce or Soul Piercing Sorrow. Sorry about
Yeah,
that.
yeah, Soul Piercing Sorrow. So yeah, it's a good track. And we got Colin here still with us, surviving, ready to talk about some murdering.
Yes, we are.
And tonight we're going to be talking about a case that most likely will be new to a lot of our listeners, going back to the UK for a serial killer. They called him the Devil's Disciple. They called him Psychopath. Both killer fucking nicknames. But we're talking about Patrick Mackay.
I prefer Devil's Disciple.
I like that one too. I like it. His murders went down, though, from 1974 to 75, so he was only active for a short period of time. Convicted of 3 murders, but they were brutal as hell, and he admitted to others, and we're going to talk about it, but the police believe, upwards of maybe 11, and we're going to get into it tonight, and definitely ready for this one. And Colin, I mean, what was it about Patrick Mackay? I gave you some options, and you picked this one.
Yeah. Well, I think it was mostly I had never heard of him. Had no idea about it, and it looked like there was a good about him information, so I could learn about it, and just thought that'd be a great one to do.
Yeah,
dude.
definitely
That's
an
nice.
interesting case, Chris. But it's obscure, and I don't know what it is. We seem to kind of thrive at digging out the info on
Well-
these ones that might be tough.
Well, that's kind of like when we first started. That's what we basically want to do. And as Colin just said, he listens to the podcast. He's like, "Oh wait, who's that?" He wants, and it's cool to fucking help people find new subjects that they've never heard about. So like,
Right.
I'm down with that. So hell yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And Joey, I think this is a case most people aren't going to know about, but talking about some pretty brutal shit with this dude.
Yeah, this is a pretty good one right here. Excited to talk about it. I was talking to Mike, my buddy.
Yeah,
and, he was talking. He said he listened to our Fritz Honka episode,
Right.
and he had never heard of him.
Oh no!
And he was like, "That was." Yeah, he was like, "That was cool," because I hadn't heard of him, and I was like, "That's what I feel like tonight's is." Patrick Mackay is kind of like, he's a classic case, but he's highly unheard of.
Yeah, I
Right.
honestly didn't
Like,
know who he was either.
I just think because coming out of the UK, the time period that it did, the story didn't gain much traction. But man, there's plenty for us to talk about tonight. Y'all are gonna hear it.
Yeah, I agree, dude. There is a lot to talk about with this dude. I had never heard of him either, and it came up in my YouTube suggested videos, and I thought it was a good one for us. He's been on the list for a little while, and I just, for whatever reason, wanted to bust it out. Did some horrific shit, and we're going to talk about it tonight. And also, the way his name is spelled, it might look like Mackay, but it's Mackay is how they say it. So,
I've always wondered if it was just like the British accent. It's Mackay.
oh, that could be too. I don't know. But he was born in 1952 in London, England. The oldest child. He had two younger sisters, raised in a kind of classic two-parent household. Dad was an accountant. He fought in the Second World War. His mom was of Creole descent, originally from
Right.
Guyana. So I think that mixture of race issues seemed to really fuck with him. We're going to talk about
Old
that.
Creole.
Creole.
That's right.
You think
I didn't
fucking-
think about that. Maybe that was a descendant of Old Creole.
I think because of Patrick fucking, that's why Jim Jones went to Guyana.
Hey, that's interesting. That's interesting. But Colin, unfortunately, I mean, we talk about abuse in the home a lot on this, and this dude was subjected to some pretty brutal shit, man.
Yeah, he was. He, well, with his dad being in World War II, he had some big time PTSD, so
Right.
he drank to help deal with that, and when he would get home, he would take out his frustration on Patrick's mom and him. They said they had two sisters,
Yeah.
never touched
Never
them,
touched
but,
his-
Right.
Yeah, that's fucking.
but yeah, so that really, I think, molded him, shaped him, because you learn everything when you're little, and that's when
Right.
that's what happens.
Yeah.
I think it seems normal to you.
Yeah, it's just like it just keeps perpetuating because it's like you do what you see and then you do it, and it's just this
And it just
horrible
keeps
cycle.
going.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah.
like a
it's
domino
terrible.
effect.
And it kind of sounded like in England back then, wouldn't say it was normal, but abuse to women from their spouses was sadly kind of regular.
Yeah, and I
Right.
think after World War II, you pointed out the PTSD issue. I mean, there was a lot of dudes coming back with PTSD, and
Shell
alcohol.
shock.
You
Yeah.
put alcohol on top of that, or drugs and alcohol, and it can get
Yeah,
pretty
and
bad.
They
so.
pretty much had no
Come home and fucking kick the wife and slap the dog.
yeah.
Fuck yeah. Kill your mother, rape your dog.
Yeah, there was a band from Connecticut that was just fucking like the Mentors kind of stuff.
Right.
And
Yeah.
this dude Billy, that was the main dude in the band. They used to have a song called Yakety. They did the
Yakety Yak.
Yakety Yak, but it was Lick My Sack, and it was all kick the dog and put out the cat.
Right.
Yakety Yak. You guys were saying that, it made me think of that Connecticut White Bread song. Yeah, yeah. They had a T-shirt that had on the back of it in like really big letters, "Your chin is my ball rest."
Right, right.
Yeah, it was so brutal, Joey. If you don't familiar with it, go check that out. But I think you would dig it. But his father, also talked about his war experiences with Patrick when he was young, so this fascinated him. And he would recall hearing the stories, and these beatings that he took.
All
And
mixed together.
Yeah, like this perfect storm, especially, the violence against the mother as well. And, poverty also was a thing that, anybody that's in that's not going to like it. But this really fucked with him. And he really despised, feeling like he wasn't as worthy as other people. And Chris, I mean, they said he's not doing well in school.
No, they call him the little terrorist. Like already that young, and you're like they're causing mayhem, dude.
Yeah,
But,
that's like a Shawback type.
hey man, I did some fucked up shit in school, man. I ain't gonna lie. I fucking goddamn had to go down to the principal's office one time when I was in 6th grade. I literally fucking looked at I don't even know why, dude. I looked at my 6th grade teacher walking out the door. I was like, fuck you, I'm gonna kill you. And then I skated my skateboard
boy.
all the way through the school. And then fucking
Oh, wow.
guess what? I was thrown out of school for the rest of the year.
Wow. Yeah, I was gonna say if that was a few years later, they'd have definitely locked your ass up. But
That happened though.
But this sort of thing is common with these killers we talk about. I mean, they start out doing the small petty stuff, and they come from a fucked up home situation. So, like Joey's saying, this guy's kind of like the classic violence on a regular basis. He's taught that that's okay, and to treat people like that, and also the violence against women. But Joey, I think, growing up like that would definitely make him fucking want to fucking lash out, right?
And everything about this guy seemed like he wanted to lash out, like
Right?
For real.
from the get go. This guy was on a fucking gung ho path to fucking cause mischief, be a dickhead, fucking commit crime,
Right.
and he did all of the above, basically.
Yeah, definitely a messed up individual, as we're going to find out. So at the age of 10, Patrick's dad dies suddenly of a heart attack, direct cause of that alcoholism. His last words to Patrick.
I'm tired of these stories
About
and
the
whole
alcoholics.
motherfuckers die because of alcoholism. That's some bullshit.
It's just a weak heart.
Right, that's it.
There you go. But his last words to Patrick were, "Remember to be good."
That's fucked up.
That is.
Yeah.
Those are the last words.
Right. Unfortunately, young Patrick Mackay would say, "Fuck that! I'm not going to be good," and would continue to be the little fucking terrorist. Except now he's about to enter his teen years, and hormones are fucking raging, making him even more of a fucking ticking time bomb. And Colin, the loss of his dad, definitely had an effect on this dude. I mean, what do you think?
Yeah, it had to. I mean, he would lie to others and tell them you're still alive. He,
That was fucked up.
yeah, just like it didn't happen. He kept a picture with him always. So I mean, obviously, even though it was rough, he really missed him. So it definitely messed with him.
Yeah.
Not being able to go to the funeral. and
Yeah,
shit
what
'cause
was
it
the
in
deal with his mom?
I don't know.
I would guess. I didn't read much about it, but I'd have to guess. It was probably, moms know things, and she probably saw what was going on with him.
Yeah.
And I would say she did it more to kind of protect him because,
Yeah,
he
so
might
he didn't,
just
snap.
go off the deep end if
Yeah, that's
he
a
saw
good
him
point. That makes
for a
sense.
final.
That makes sense.
It was in Scotland too. Like,
Oh,
and-
really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I seen that it was in Scotland, so like it was far away.
Right.
But not having to get that closure and shit though.
Yeah, so it's kind of a double-edged sword there for sure. So his mom didn't want him to go. So now Patrick is assuming the father figure in the family, and now he's dishing out the beatings. And he's beating his
yeah.
mom and the little sister, so they don't
The
escape
sisters
it.
ain't safe no more.
Fuck no. God damn. He takes up drinking, so following in dad's footsteps. Anyone sits in his chair, he's raging the fuck out, and the cycle fucking perpetuates, right? Like it does so often with these. But in 1967, his mom moved the family to Gravesend. That is such a cool fucking name.
Perfect place.
A cool name, but it didn't help matters at all, because in Gravesend there's issues with crime, rampant poverty, project-like homes, just not good. Police coming out to the house as much as 4 times a week.
Yeah, I saw that.
Due to all the violence and the drama. And they talked to those neighbors,
Oh, yeah.
and they were just like, what the hell, These
They were-
people were telling stories of the cops, and
They were terrified of him.
they were. I mean, it was like, call the kids and get them in the house, because Patrick's going fucking apeshit because Sally sat in his fucking chair, for Christ's sake. Jesus Christ. But the cops were taking him in, and it involved him to getting in the police car. I mean, just drama. The sisters are hiding up on the fucking roof. I mean,
You ain't gonna
it's fucking
get
crazy.
how fucked up is that? You're fucking got to get on the roof of
Climb
your
on the
house to
garage
get away
roof.
from your brother because he's
Right.
gonna beat the shit out of you.
Exactly. So Chris, I mean, he's throwing these like temper tantrums.
Yeah, he's like
kind
acting
of
like
weird.
a fucking toddler, dude. And he's like in his teens. And there was I can't remember the kid's name, but there was another kid, a kid that he tried to kill when he was in his teenage years.
Right.
But then like some people came in and they're like, "No, you gotta fucking quit that." But in the future, he says that if he had had the time, he would have killed that kid. If he didn't
Right.
get stopped, he would have killed that kid.
Yeah, that's pretty fucked
like-
up. Yeah, so
Right on.
and a
Not
lot of these
cool.
killers though, they're starting this shit in their teens. Now Joey's 15 years old, and he's officially diagnosed a psychopath. So this doesn't sound good.
No, and back then, if you're calling somebody a psychopath, you're basically saying this dude's a fucking throwaway
Right.
Right.
to society. He's never going to be a productive member or any good. Also, they didn't have anybody to watch out for the people after they were marked a psychopath.
just let
You know
them
what I'm
go.
saying? They just got, they're back in society. Nobody knows anything from Adam.
Right.
Technology and fucking communication is fucking way different than it is now.
Right.
So he's just out there on the fucking streets, man. They needed to fucking keep an eye on this dude somehow, some way.
Right, but that telltale sign of the psychopath, no emotion, no feelings, that's a horrible
right.
thing to have with a violent streak. You know what I mean? So very, very fucked up. He's a very good liar. Colin had mentioned that earlier. Another thing that we see a lot with the psychopaths, think about guys like Gacy, Bundy, BTK, acting completely normal 1 minute, strangling you the fucking next,
Not giving a shit when they're done.
and not giving a fuck. Exactly. I read that on 18 different occasions he was taken out of the home between the ages of 12 and 22, which is just nuts. They put him in various institutions, reform schools, and even juvenile prisons.
Yeah.
And one of his teachers said he had the potential to grow up to be a murderer of women. And so they just shuffle him from one place to the next, and it's just making the problem fucking worse. And the
They're
problem
not
is
helping him, like Joey said. They're just
no,
like,
and he's got mania with the psychopath diagnosis. He's also got mania, so he can hide it much easier, or without mania, so he can hide it much easier, which makes him that much more dangerous. He can blend in. He was actually very personable, which was even worse, like a Bundy.
yeah, talk to people with no
Yeah,
problems
he
and
could
shit.
talk to
Yeah.
people. And they learn how to act and hide, because they don't know how to show emotion. They have to watch people do it and learn it. And so they're literally like actors. There's like
Trying to act
nothing
normal.
true about what they're doing. It's fucking crazy. But Colin, I mean, these are some dire predictions for a kid, man.
Yeah, and I think the biggest thing was he was so good at hiding it that when people diagnose him, he could just like totally shut that off, and they could,
Right.
He'd fool them basically. And
Right.
it's like, okay, he's all right. I mean, he hasn't shown any signs of anything, so he probably, there's probably hundreds of these kids, and they don't have the manpower to do it.
Right.
So they, just send him back. He's okay.
Yeah,
Then-
Yeah, I
he's
mean,
gonna
you
be
hear-
clear him go.
Yeah, I mean, I hear from people, my daughter's in this business of, kids and trauma and this sort of thing. And, all I hear about is how underfunded it is, and they have nowhere to put these kids, like the ones that kind of slip through the cracks, like a guy like this.
Right.
And he definitely did that. And the system just, doesn't know what to do, and he's just got all kinds of time to just run around and run the streets, basically.
And then being in the 70s too,
Right.
everything was so under advanced. They had no idea with a lot of these problems a kid, they've studied and diagnosed. Nowadays they probably just didn't even.
He was probably just tripping balls, man. Acid in his 70s, bro.
Very possible. It's very possible. But we're in 1968. He's admitted to the Moss Side Hospital in Liverpool, diagnosed again as a psychopath, so double psychopath. Released 4 years later in 1972. But these people, that release patients like this dude, I've always said they need to fucking release them in their neighborhood. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
take
It's
them
real
to buy-
nice that
they'll
you
be-
say this person is safe to be out in society.
Let 'em go in
you
their
know
gated
you're in a
community.
fucking gated community.
Yeah, yeah.
And you're not going to be anywhere near this motherfucker. But let's let him move in your town and where you're at and see if you fucking want to have your grandkids out playing in the yard. I mean, I get it that these people need to have some sort of chance, but at the same time, a dude like this, I mean, everybody said he was destined to murder people. I mean,
Right.
fuck.
Right,
I mean,
yeah.
this is a
And he's
bad
already
fuck-
tried to do it. He just got stopped.
Yeah,
So, like,
this is a very fucking bad individual. So, man, this is crazy. And he made friends with a couple of boys, the Cowdery brothers. They were about his age, spent a lot of time with them and their family. Kind of weird. He kind of adopted them as his own family, that he referred to the dad as Mr. Father and the woman as Mrs. Mother,
that'd be fucking weird to
which
say to
is
somebody,
fucking
dude.
weird. They told him to stop it. You know,
I'm
like,
gonna.
you're creeping
next
us
time I
the
go
fuck
over to
out,
Mom
dude.
and- next time I go to Mom and Dad's, I'm gonna be like, Mr. Father, Mrs. Mother, how are you today?
Yeah, I think I'd be telling my kids, you know that Patrick dude? Yeah, no. He's not coming over. I
not
don't
a
give a
chance.
fuck. I don't give a fuck. So, Chris, now this Mackay is an adult and not getting
dude,
any better. Dude.
You know what he's fucking down with now? He loves
of course.
Nazis.
Yeah.
That's
Let's add
good
that to the
time,
mixture,
dude.
man.
Good time. Fucking
What the
changes
fuck?
his name to Mr. Franklin Bolvolt the First.
Yeah.
Like, so I am number one. I will have more. You can't. But yeah, he's
Yeah.
got this homemade Nazi fucking uniform.
What
Like
a
homemade.
Fucking idiot.
Like he had black tape swastika on
Yeah,
it.
right. Yeah. He's
Yeah.
got fucking electrical tape on the sleeve of his shit.
Yeah.
fucking,
Totally
like,
ghetto, man.
right.
What a fucking idiot, though. He's
Yeah.
got all this memorabilia all over the fucking apartment he's got there in London.
And he's not even completely white.
Yeah, it's just really weird. And you almost wonder if that's why he got all crazy with that, to kind of make it up, you know, because he had that Creole blood in him. I don't
Right.
know. I mean, it's weird. I don't know if that was the case. I just wonder if that was
It is so-
part of his obsession with Nazis and all this shit he wore and acted. And like I said, Franklin Bolvolt the First. I mean,
You go around wearing fucking a Nazi. Yeah, but you're walking around wearing a homemade ghetto ass Nazi.
Right.
Man, try and be authentic, bro. Fuck. But yeah, but then he's like, if he was in charge, he'd fucking kill all the useless old people.
Right.
So, I mean, thinking maybe, hence, this is why he attacked who he attacked.
apparently.
It had to be.
Yeah. So, you know, definitely weird with that mixed race background, and if it played in anything with this crazy Nazi shit. But he tried to speak with a German accent, too. That was
Oh,
ridiculous.
man.
And
I bet
with
it turns out
goose
just
step,
like mine.
right? He would goose step in jack boots out in the street.
That's so fucking weird.
This dude is whack. And he was like 6'2" and a pretty big dude, so that's pretty fucked up. You know, this dude's acting all crazy like that.
Dun, dun.
So, Joey, I mean, we've seen this before with the fucking Nazi obsession, but he's adding more to the mix beyond this. What's going on now?
Yeah, I mean, the motherfucker's crazy. He's got mental health issues. He's alcoholic. I'm sure he's fucking, doing drugs back then.
Right.
The, the Nazi thing, I mean, if you hate people and you want to kill people, I mean, who else are you going to fucking look up to, I guess,
Exactly.
back then,
Right.
Like, they were doing all kinds of killing and hating, so fucking...
Right.
If that's how he was identifying, then fuck yeah, but that's fucking crazy as shit.
It is. But then he got into something that you and I both big fans of.
Yeah, he fucking loved The Exorcist. When that movie came out,
God.
he fucking went fucking gung-ho for that
Yeah,
shit.
It
he
wasn't
kind of
The Exorcist
equated
3.
like the whole Exorcist, like the demon, like his other side. It was like he had like this real connection with the movie too, which was kind of creepy, right?
Yeah.
Wow. So yeah, but I think he would have been a metalhead, or maybe a punk.
Yeah. Oh,
Maybe a punk. I mean, it was a little bit before after his time, but
UK, the punk.
would've been
They love
punk.
punk over there.
so he's hanging out in these rich areas of London, like Chelsea and Knightsbridge, where there's a lot of fucking robberies, though, purse snatches, and this sort of shit. So, gee, I wonder who's doing this.
Couldn't even begin to tell you. But nobody fucking knows that it's him, though. Like,
Exactly, because
he
he's
just
not
keeps
from
on
the-
going.
Yeah, and he knows where to strike. The rich women loving the shopping and all that stuff, got all kinds of money on him. He's a big dude, like I said, he's like 6'2", and he's preying upon the weak and bouncing in these various fucking hostels and staying wherever he
He's
can.
pretty fucking hostile.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's a good point. Now, Colin, now the murders begin. So what's happening here on Valentine's Day of 74?
Well, he kind of befriends Isabella Griffiths and works his way into her house, and he ends up beating her and stabbing her.
Yeah, she's 84. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was a weird one because he stabbed her. That's pretty much what killed her. Originally, he thought the knife went through and stuck in the floor, but apparently it was her, I think it was her shoulder blade the knife actually stuck in. But he, after she dies, he ends up crossing her arms like an undertaker would do, and he covered her in a bunch of clothes.
That's fucking nuts.
And the medical examiners the police didn't actually even notice the stab wound until he got back to the morgue because all those clothes already covered it up. So
Yeah, that's fucking weird, though, dude. This dude's doing so much weird shit. And in between the murders, he's still robbing, stealing, doing that sort of thing just to survive. And on sheer luck that more women didn't die from this dude. I mean, seriously. One robbery victim was forced to make him tea, and he sat with her for an hour before leaving. I mean, this is sounding like those brothers. What was the one we just did with Izzy? The Burt, or the...
The goddamn motherfucking dudes at the fucking hole.
Yeah,
That
exactly.
hole cave-
Yeah.
cave and rock.
Yeah, so-
Cave and
Yeah,
rock.
those
Cave and
dudes.
rock.
That's what this is reminding me of. Is those dudes just doing some crazy shit, for sure. But the making him tea, like the lady make me some beans or
Yeah,
whatever.
make me-
Yeah, she
me
had
my
to make-
shit.
after he beat the shit out of her husband almost to death. Now, Chris, he waits 13 months though.
Oh yeah, he does. But he
Maybe
strikes
that's
again.
what we know of.
Yeah. I mean, a year and a month. You're good, dude. You're good. You deserve another. But yeah, it's 1975 and fucking this old lady. She's 89 years old, dude. 89.
That's fucked up, man.
yeah, big time.
There
And,
should be a special fucking place in hell for some motherfucker like that. That's awful.
Yeah, he had carried her fucking groceries home for her one time, or whatever. So that way he can get a tip, get a little fucking money, a little scratch, fucking
Right.
get her done. And then a few days later, or whatever, he shows up at her house and he's like, "Hey," he knocks on the door, but she opens the door and doesn't open it all the way, like doesn't let him in. It's got the chain or whatever, and she doesn't need it. And she's like, "No, I'm all right." And he gets pissed off and just kicks the door in. And then he fucking strangles her, fucking apparently with his weak hand. He has his
Yeah.
left hand was his weak hand. You need to use that. When you're jerking off, you got to switch hit, bro. You got to switch hit. But yeah, so he's strangling, choking her out with his fucking left hand, and then takes a knife, fucking drives into her fucking sternum with the other hand, and I think that's the one that pinned her to the floor, right? Or
Yeah,
was that-
I think
Oh,
I got
yeah.
him crossed up. But there was one victim he pinned to the floor with the knife, but it was actually
Yeah.
her shoulder blade. But the other one he didn't do that with, and I think I got him
he
crossed
was,
up.
He was all about that shit with the fucking that. I used my weak hand. It's like
Yeah, what
reminds
was
me
that
of-
movie with?
Yeah, fucking scary movies like
Scary movie,
Take
yeah.
my strong hand. Yeah. Dude,
That's what it reminded me of too. Oh, I love that
Goddamn,
shit.
bro.
Tearing
Yeah.
the potatoes.
But, he would brag to the cops
That's
later
what I'm
that
saying.
he
He's like,
used
I
his
used my
weak.
strong hand.
Fuck this dude, man. Whatever. What a fucking
That's
asshole.
fucking awesome.
Yeah, this guy's just so
Not
fucking,
awesome, but
this
Jesus.
guy's just so cocky. But he's brutal as fucking hell. And with these murders, he hung around the house for a while after he's done. So crazy. And the second one, he fell asleep and took a nap.
Yeah.
Oh, really? I mean, how are you taking a nap after doing that? Only to be awakened by the victim's granddaughter, who is there to see her buzzing in to get in.
He bounces
He's
right
fucking
past her.
bolts. Yeah, runs right down the stairs right by her. She doesn't know who he is. She assumes he's another tenant. And yeah, boom, he's gone. And she goes in there and finds her fucking, grandmother. I mean, that's horrible.
Ted Bundy, remember? He flew past that girl
That's
out the sorority house,
yeah.
and she thought it was just a
That's
dude.
right. That's right. Yeah, I forgot about that. Good catch on that one, Joey. But yeah, he manages to escape, and he passed the girl on the way out, which is nuts. He was all about the control, though, and he didn't have control as a child in those formative years, as we pointed out, and so he's playing God and controlling other people's fucking lives, and it's fucked up. So Joey, I mean, so many serial killers are all about the control thing. What do you think it is there, dude?
I mean, you would think that for most of them it's because a lot of them haven't had control in their life, like haven't had control over anything, over their own mind, shit that's going on.
Right.
Whenever I was doing the research for this one, it got me thinking about especially this question. But there's like two types of people, as far as killers go. There's ones that have some kind of trauma that go on, and they're all fucked up, and it makes them want to act out and hurt other people. And I feel like that's the way it is with like Dahmer and shit. But then there's another kind of killer that's just out there because they fucking enjoy doing that shit, and they want to fucking hurt people. And those people have two different mindsets, I gotta believe,
Right.
So they're doing the same shit, but they're coming from two different angles. I feel like Israel Keys, he's probably the latter,
Right.
Kind of an example of
Yeah,
that.
would be a good example of it.
I think it's almost, I don't know which is worse, because somebody that fucking has a pure hatred and a fucking trauma in their background or whatever, they're going to come out, and that's going to be a scary situation because they're going to want to cause pain on a motherfucker. But also somebody that just enjoys inflicting pain,
Sure.
and David Parker
feel like,
Ray. I mean, I was trying to think of which would be scarier to be a victim of. I
Right.
guess is where I'm coming from.
Wow. Yeah, that's a horrifying fucking thought, actually. Now the police are starting to put the pieces together, and they're concerned these murders are linked. The victims are very similar, single, elderly, rich women. Mackay would see them shopping in these nice shops, knew they got money, follows them home and scouts it out, and he's either, busting in or he's ingratiating himself into the house. Pretty fucked up, but he's really good at reading people and playing the normal, nice young man to this older lady. So Collin, I mean, now the brutal one of all comes in. This one was, I mean, they've all been nasty and sick, but this one was especially wicked. So how does this one go down?
Well, he befriends Father Anthony Crean, and the father was a bit of a drinker, so they would go to the pub and have some drinks, and just kind of hang out and whatever. And they kind of became friends. But at one point, he stole a check from him, and it was for $30, and he changed it to $80. And
Nice.
the father realized it and turned him into the police. So they,
Wait, he changed the check to say 80 instead of 40?
yeah, he filled in the. So he realized it and called the police, and he was arrested for it. And he, after that point, he was supposed to pay it back, which he never did, and that kind of bothered the father. And so he came around one time and wanted to come in, and he wouldn't let him in. Well, he forced his way in, and just went crazy on him.
Yeah, he did.
Big time.
Really bad.
Started basically, it sounded like he's beating him with his forearm, and then he started. He had his knife with him. He stabbed him a bunch of times in the head and the neck. He stabbed him in the skull so hard he actually bent the knife.
Right.
And then
That's a.
This is a fucking steel knife.
I'm saying that's a cheap fucking knife.
yeah, they had. I saw some pictures of it. It was.
I mean, I know the skull's hard, but
yeah.
you bent the knife? That's
Right.
a cheap ass knife.
Yeah. And then there was a hatchet that was under the stairs.
Yeah, they were calling it an axe, but I saw in the
Yeah.
pictures, I'm calling it more of a hatchet.
Yeah.
It had a short handle.
Yeah,
right?
it had a short handle on it, but it was nasty. I mean, don't get
And
me
that
wrong.
might be like a English.
Right,
It
right.
could
Where,
be.
you know.
It could be. I think
The
that's what
English
they
and
used.
the English.
Talking about Idaho 4 with the hatchet, I think that some of those murders were done with a either a machete or a hatchet. But in looking at that weapon, I definitely could see the wounds that they were talking about being more tears than stabs,
up, yeah.
you know. So, but this is just nasty with this.
Yeah, and they end up in the bathroom, and he hits him, and he falls into the bathtub, and he's just beating him with that axe on the head. And then at that point, the father pretty much can't even control his body movements. He's just kind of
his brain was coming out.
Yeah, they said at one point
places that he reached
and felt it, and he just like he knew it was over at that point.
Yeah.
And so then he grabs a plug and throws it in the toilet in the bathtub.
Yes, shit bag.
Swirly. And no, he throws it in the tub and fills the tub up and just lets him float there until I think after about an hour he finally dies.
Yeah. He was sitting there with your brain's leaking out of your skull. Man.
And it, so much blood pouring out, it just looked like the tub was pretty much full of blood.
Yeah, that's
looking like the
up.
goddamn hallways from goddamn Shining.
Yeah, I saw he enjoyed pushing him down and watching him float back up again. Like,
I saw that too.
Wow, that's fucking. He did he does so many weird things, doesn't he, Joey?
Yeah.
Wow.
Wasn't he also talking about how he thought it was beautiful, how he was wearing his clothes as he was being submerged?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know, some weird shit he was talking about, though.
Yeah, he's definitely a weird one. And he did this for an hour before walking home to eat dinner with his mom and his sisters.
He had got a chicken and told his mom to cook it, and then he went and did this, and
then
then went back home to eat it.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about the chicken. Yeah.
Hey, I got some shit to do tonight.
Yeah,
You mind cooking this? I'll be back for dinner in a little while.
Yeah, I'll be back.
Because I believe it was a little bit of a train ride there, wasn't it?
Something like that. Yeah.
But he was gone about an hour and 15 minutes when he got back. Supper was ready.
Yeah, that's crazy. But months before, Patrick breaks into the priest's home and steals the check. We already did that. So yeah, I mean, he's just a fucking awful dude. I mean, he fucking steals a check and escalates into beating this guy to death with a fucking axe or a hatchet. Now, Chris, I'm not sure if you saw the doc I watched, The Real Crimes, where they had that cop on.
Didn't see it, no.
The interviewer, which is cool, but he actually had the axe there, the hatchet.
Yeah.
And he said that the man's brains were still on the blade.
Yeah.
I'm like,
There
seriously?
was
Like,
tape on the handle. It still had
it was
blood on
the
it.
blood on it. I'm like, you're just carrying this around like this?
Yeah, bro.
What the fuck?
Best
actually
Halloween
had
prop
the
ever.
evidence tag on it still, too.
Yeah. But I'm just thinking that's like really fucked up that it's just like out, like I don't know.
I mean, it's only been 50 years.
I
It's
guess.
okay.
I guess it's just stuck there, but it just seemed gross. But 50 years of it, But with Mackay spilling the beans to the police, they start piecing shit together. Bunch of unsolved crimes, and I'm not sure how much of that shit was real. And what was like that Henry Lee Lucas syndrome stuff,
Give me Pall Malls and goddamn strawberry milkshakes.
That's
I'll tell you
right.
anything you want to hear.
That's right. And but Mackay admitted to at least 6 other murders. One of them involved asking a cashier for some free smokes. He told him no. Mackay kicked the man to death behind the counter like fucking Sopranos fucking style shit.
Takes a pack of cigarettes. That's all I wanted, bro.
Yeah, fuck
Your
you.
wife cost you a pack of cigarettes.
I can see Michael drunk and pissed off. Tell me you can't.
Right?
Kicking somebody to
Motherfucker, I
death for
just
a
want
pack of cigarettes. My God. And also read that it involved a metal bar. So I heard one account that he beat him with a metal bar. And then I heard another account of him kicking to death. Either way, it's fucking sick.
Is that like Reggie's or the Forge or something? A metal bar?
Nice. But Joey, the cops think that there could have been 11 total, though, dude.
Yeah, they prosecute him for 3 because they know that they had like the closest fucking convictions with those, the best evidence and shit.
Right.
But they talk about there were things that he brought up on other confessions that he had that definitely linked him. He knew information on certain things that only the killer would have known. So there were some that they knew that he definitely did do. They didn't close out all the cases. There were others that he talked about that they couldn't corroborate or possibly didn't believe at all. Because he did. He started running his mouth a bit, trying to fucking tell everything he could. But,
Yeah.
I don't know. He definitely. I think the ballpark's probably pretty close to the amount that he had, probably around 11.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you never know.
Yeah, it's hard to say, but
You just know. You don't know.
Yeah. So there's one of these confessions he made involved a 17-year-old au pair who he stabbed to death on a train and then threw her off the fucking car. That was confirmed.
Right. That's what's fucked
Another
up.
was a drunken homeless man that he threw off a bridge, but they were never able to find him, although there was like a staggering amount of people that drowned in that river that were homeless people.
Match that description. That I
yeah,
couldn't-
so it could have been one of them, don't know. And then the grandmother and her 7-year-old grandson, that one was horrible. So he had a wide range of victims, and he was like a fucking leech. He would get out of them what he could and then fucking just discarded the fucking bodies. Just whatever. Just didn't even give a fuck. And some involve robberies, but, he kept a lot of the items, which would, of course, come back to haunt him when the cops found some of it back at his apartment. So, they
Always
really
gotta
had
keep shit.
they had a pretty solid case on him. Yeah, the memento thing.
And what funny thing was, what led to it was Tappenden, the cop, remembered him stealing that check from the priest, and that's what led to all him being caught for all this stuff.
Right.
He remembered that, and as soon as they saw that murder, he said it's got to be him.
Yeah, that guy was a beast, man.
He's like,
he
hold on a
really
second.
was. He really
Yeah,
was.
if he never would have stole that check,
He might have gone longer.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and they had Colin, with the defense here, the concept of diminished responsibility. We talked about that with Nico Clo, that he did less time because of that. And what do you think about that here, Colin?
It's definitely possible. I mean, he's been in and out so many times. They know
Right.
there's mental problems with him, so I think that probably made him a little more lenient on him than
Yeah.
Yeah, having the mental problems, I could see like a jury or the judge, like with their sentence, be like, I feel bad for doing this to this guy.
Yeah,
Fucking-
but there's no death
but
penalty,
there's
so
so much-
that's off the table, at least that. But yeah, I mean, if the court over in the UK, from what I watched, if the court doesn't feel they're able to be cured, then they don't put them in a hospital. So you're only put in Broadmoor, which was the the well-known hospital there,
yeah.
to be cured. They're not going to put you there like indefinitely, because if that's the case, you're going to prison. So that's pretty fucked up. But, that's how they do it. And there's some drama with Mackay retracting his confession for a few of the murders. So that's a little back and forth. And that's how they end up convicting him on 3 of the victims, knowing, he's likely responsible for 11. But the result is going to be the same. Because without the death penalty, this motherfucker gets the life sentence. But he does get, and this is probably where the diminished capacity or diminished responsibility comes in, that he would be eligible for parole after 20 years. So,
Right.
He
But
he
he's
has
still-
hope to get out, right?
Yeah, there's a chance, quote.
Right. Like Dumb and Dumber, right? So you're saying,
So you're
there's
saying
a
there's
chance.
a chance, yeah.
So he's been repeatedly denied parole. The doctors say he's a threat still at the age of 71, but I don't expect he's going anywhere anytime soon. But we're going to get into the most current update with him, which is kind of crazy. But Chris, the Mackay defense of insanity does not work, does it?
No, they say just because he's fucking diagnosed with as a psychopath. Like, he also showed signs that he knew what the fuck he was doing. He knew
Right.
it was wrong.
Right.
Like, and you have to put that on the table. Like, just because you have these mental issues doesn't
Right.
mean this part of your brain isn't working the way it's supposed to. And it definitely is.
Right. Yeah.
And it's, you got to go with that.
Yeah, and they end up convicting him of manslaughter due to that diminished responsibility.
And he's
So
in prison.
still there. So he spent time in Hull Prison, which is a unit that was designed to deal with the most dangerous inmates.
Yeah,
But-
was he? I swear I saw like 2 or 3 places. Was he in prison with fucking goddamn Charles Bronson?
I'm not sure. I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't
That
doubt
would
it, but
be
I don't
great.
remember which prisons Bronson was in.
I don't either offhand.
but it's very possible that they crossed paths. But he was eventually put in an open prison in 2017. Of course, as he gets older, they kind of loosen things up. He was, I think, a model prisoner. The possibility to get day releases, but the doctor says fuck no, because they were still thought he was a threat. But he continues to try to get parole, keeps getting denied, especially when some new investigations open up, about the possible other crimes of Mackay. And so they kind of put a hold on everything. And then last year they started to let him out on day passes, which is fucked up.
I thought that was crazy.
He's seen in a London bus station. He's in the open prison in Gloucestershire called HMP Leyhill. And it's crazy to think that this guy is being let out on day passes, even at 71. I mean, like Colin and I were talking about before the show, he's in pretty good shape still for an older guy,
Yeah, and every psychiatrist, any doctor that's ever had anything to do with him said there's absolutely no reason he should ever be out
in society.
But it's happening.
Yeah, and he's got a new name now, David Groves. So that's his new name.
All right.
He is, according to this that I read, the Britain's longest serving inmate.
I saw that.
But I know
47.
Bronson was up there too, so they got to be pretty close. But anything to add to this one, guys? Old Patrick Mackay, the Devil's Disciple.
I got nothing, man. I'm cool.
Anybody got anything else?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
I think we pretty much covered it.
Well, I did my research by watching the Real Crimes documentary on this guy. I also used Wikipedia and Murderpedia for some additional stuff. There's not a ton on him, but there is a book, I don't have this, called Psychopath by Tim Clark, and then another one, Britain's Forgotten Serial Killer by John Lucas. I don't have that either. And there is a documentary, which I did watch. I had to get the 7-day free trial of BBC, whatever, but it was worth it. It doesn't cost you anything, but check this out on Amazon Prime, Confessions of a Psycho Killer. Really, really good. It's like 90 minutes, but it's worth, your free trial, and then you can cancel it and you're good. You don't have to pay anything. So check that out if you want to do some digging on your own. Next week, we're going to be doing one that's been on the list for a long time.
Yes, it is.
And we're going to be talking about false confessions. We're going to have Tex on with us, and possibly, I still have to work out the nitty-gritty, a surprise co-host with us, with Tex, and a surprise guest. But we'll leave that to a surprise for next week. Yep. That should be an interesting one. We watch all those police interrogations. I mean, Joey, I know you love that shit. I love it. Chris, you dig that stuff. I mean, it's fascinating.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And so that'll be interesting to talk about the whole concept of false confessions, because it is a real thing.
Hell yeah.
Now, Joey, what about some page a days for us?
I got some page a day. I had to pick through them and shit because of, we've actually been gone for a few weeks and shit.
But
luckily they did it.
Forgot about Ted Bundy.
Yeah, we did a bonus and then the Ted Bundy, yeah. So anyway, I just chose a few of them. They also did a really long thing on the Oakland County child killer, which we talked about that before, and up here by where I live and shit, with the sex island and shit. Pedophile.
I remember you talking. Yeah.
Fuck it. Yeah, that case is all fucked up. Children of the Snow, the documentary, in case anybody seen that knows what I'm talking about. But so for page a day today, this one was pretty funny. This is one of the ones, weird cases. South Dakota had a case where there was a woman who got arrested because she had 15 cats that were living with her in her car, and they were impounded after she nearly crashed the car because they were obstructing her view.
My God. That car had a stink so fucking bad I can't even imagine.
Oh, God.
That's awful.
The South Dakota Supreme Court ruled the seizure was justified, so they took her cats. Now, in Pennsylvania, there was a 1958 Plymouth sedan, and this is for real. The case is called One Plymouth Sedan versus Pennsylvania, 1965, and it was, and it was a Supreme Court search and seizure case. But yeah, it's fucking on the records as that. In Nebraska, they confiscated a 1970 two-door sedan Rambler, which is a Gremlin. And that was because the Nebraska Supreme Court ruled the seizure of the man's Gremlin after he was arrested for drug possession was warranted. So they took his car. They took his goddamn Gremlin.
Jesus Christ, man. They be just repoing everything.
Oh, yeah. Now, this was one of the craziest things. This is the last one that was seized or impounded. The United States seized 64,695 pounds of shark fins.
Wow.
God
The
damn.
U.S. Coast Guard, they seized 32 tons of shark fins from a Hong Kong-based ship off the coast of Guatemala. The U.S. Court of Appeals ordered the Coast Guard to return them, so they had to give the shark fins back.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, some weird cases. So here's one. This is the murder of Danielle Van Dam. Now, she went missing from her parents' house in San Diego, California, sometime after she went to bed February 1st, 2002. And, this is a 7-year-old girl. She goes missing. The whole neighborhood,
Right.
Jumps into action to try to find this girl, except for David Westerfield, who was the Van Dam's neighbor from across the street. He packed up his RV and fled. And a few days later, he came back after dropping off some bedding and a blood-stained jacket and cleaning his RV. He was arrested on February 22nd, 5 days before the body was located, along with Van Dam's blood and fingerprints, which were both found on Westerfield's jacket and in his RV. The key DNA evidence in this case was actually the hair from the Van Dam's family dog, and that was on Westerfield's comforter. So police argued that the dog hair had been on Van Dam's pajamas when she was abducted. Yeah. Right, and he was convicted of kidnapping and murder and sentenced of her death. Now, that leads to this other thing they were talking about page today, which I thought was pretty interesting. This is from Christina Lindquist, and she's a director of forensics at the University of California. Davis Veterinary Genetics Laboratory, which is the only accredited DNA animal forensic lab in the U.S.
Wow.
But she says the unique thing about animal hair is that dogs and cats groom themselves, so they are putting saliva on the shaft of the hair. We're more likely to find DNA on animal hair than human hair because animal saliva is individual. Then animal DNA can be used as one of the pieces of the evidence puzzle.
Interesting.
So that's pretty cool. Yeah.
Interesting.
I got two more. This one is one of the identified Jane Does that they talk about, page a day. February 26, 2007, two men reported to police that they saw what they thought were charred legs at the entrance to a warehouse in Gary, Indiana. The first responders found what appeared to be a badly burned body of a young woman. She had been burned post-mortem. She had more than 170 scars all over her face and body in various stages of healing, indicating that she had been suffering long-term abuse. So she was Jane Gary Doe, and she was unidentified until August 7th, 2015, so 8 years later, when her sister calls the police in Gary and identifies her as Erica Hill. Erica was just 15 when she died after years of physical abuse and starvation by her mother, Taylin Hill. Taylin went to great lengths to dispose of Erica's body and prevent identification, but the sister, though, Erica, along with several other siblings, they were all abused by Taylin, unfortunately, but they contacted police in hopes of ending her abuse towards the other children. And in 2016, Taylin pleaded guilty to charges including abuse, neglect, and she was sentenced to 20 years in prison.
Wow.
All right. So this one, I don't even know what to make
Hold
of
on,
this
so
one.
she
Like
didn't
I had
get
to
anything
reread
for
the
the murder of the other kid.
Huh? Well, no. She just got the 20 years for abuse and neglect. That's what it said. So yeah,
shit.
apparently they fucking maybe they didn't feel that they had enough of a case to pin that on her, or maybe that was part of her plea agreement. Yeah. So this is the last one from Page a Day, and like I said, I had to reread this one a couple times because this is a mind fuck confusing. But March 2012, a Pittsburgh man robs a woman of $60 right after she steps off a bus. And apparently he mistook the crime for a love connection, because later on he calls the woman twice to ask her out on a date. Now,
Wow.
the police launch a search for the suspect, which that didn't last long. He's picked up after it was reported that he was assaulting 2 women outside a nearby market. And who were the victims? The woman he'd robbed and tried to woo, and her old mother. The dude was
What an idiot.
the dude was charged with robbery and assault. That's so
Wow.
fucking crazy.
Page a day. Gotta love some page a day. That's good stuff there, Joey.
Fucking moron.
Wow. Well, we have done our fair share of murdering tonight. I think it's time to crank it up and talk about some heavy metal. So, Colin, what the hell do we need to do?
Let's
Just
get our
because
metal on.
CK has passed on, he's not done educating the masses. CK will forever be the great metal motherfucker. We're here to stomp poser ass and eradicate the planet of their kind. CK has passed the torch to us, and we will forge the fuck on. In CK's name, we will bestow metal knowledge upon all of you.
Hell yeah. Forever in debt of the great metal motherfucker, CK.
CK is the shit.
And we have CCK, Cardboard CK, over there holding up, throwing up the horns every week, keeping those poser geists away. But we're in the metal segment. We're eating Pop-Tarts, and that's always a tradition.
Oh, shit. I didn't even grab myself any.
And so
God
we're
damn
eating some
you,
Pop.
Chris.
I know, right?
I got the pumpkin pie. Colin, what do you got going on over there?
I have the banana bread.
Colin's got the banana bread. They good?
Pretty damn good.
Yeah, and Chris is picking some out for
I
himself.
went with the
Joey, you got a
gingerbread
new
house.
one. What do you got?
I got a new flavor. 419 really stunting on y'all. Fucking.
Yeah, you are.
This one's
for real.
Ahead of the game.
This one's called Frosted Chocolatey Chip Pancake.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Interesting.
It's pretty goddamn sweet. Me and Pete were talking before we jumped on, and I think I should have toasted this one, so I'll try it that way.
Hell yeah.
Gotta have your pancakes warm.
I mean,
Yeah.
it makes sense.
Yeah.
It does. And
That
I was told
it
that
does.
if we didn't say this, Shane was going to reach over here from Winnipeg and slap me in the face. That the inventor of the Pop-Tart, William Post, died on February 14th, fucking Valentine's Day. 96 years old, inventor of the Pop-Tart. So, R.I.P. fucking Bill
R.I.P.,
Post.
man. We love you. Thanks for your invention, man.
Yeah, thanks, dude. So, all right. So, very good. So, we're in the
Joey,
metal
man.
segment, and Joey, you got the horns this week, and you got a band you wanted to do from the UK. What you got going on?
Yeah, fucking worked out good. I can't say that I didn't put this together. I did. I was like, oh, we're doing a UK fucking subject.
Yeah.
I'm going to do UK band. But it's actually a good timing anyway, because fucking the band's Crepitation. I'm going to talk about them. There's some buddies of mine. They're fucking badass. Brutal death metal, slamming brutal death metal, all about the slam. These are dudes that just like to have a good time. They're not out to be fucking, egomaniacs or anything like that. They're really good dudes, and they're actually really good musicians too. So it's nice whenever people don't take that too much to their head, I guess.
Right.
So Crepitation was formed in 2005 in England. Now they've had crazy amounts of lineup changes, so I'm just gonna drop some names every now and then as we go. But
Right.
when it was formed, Mark Pierce, he was the low end vocalist, and he stayed with the band all the way up until just recently. So he was an original member. Crepitation, they were pretty unique because they always had 2 vocalists. They always had somebody doing basically the lows and somebody doing a lot of the highs and shit. But they come out, and part of their stage presence, 2 guys fucking throwing down. It's pretty fucking dope.
Heck yeah.
Like I said, they've had so many different guys in the band and stuff, but it's still a force. that's
So is this like
working
one of them
today,
bands
but,
CK?
they put
Is this one of the bands CK talked about? Well, he didn't talk about them, but back in the day when he did his thing about bands that don't have any original members in.
this would technically
Yeah, this
now
would be
this
in that
band
list?
would be Sepultura. Yeah, they would be Sepultura now.
All right.
Interesting.
But but so anyway, so they put out a few splits early on, including 2007. They put out a split called Northwest Slam Fest with Ingested and Castrated, so that was pretty badass. Fucking coming out with Ingested on there. Their first EP came out in 2012, and that was called Glasgow Smash. And this is the first time that Chris Butterworth came in on vocals, and he's actually currently still in the band now. Now, when Chris joined the band, him and Mark Pierce, whenever their duo of vocalism, that's what they call the Weeble Box, and them dudes come out and they just fucking killed it together. Very unique sound.
The Weeble Box?
Oh yeah, they don't have Crepitation. They don't have like lyrics like that. They, like I said, they're just out there having a good time. They're fucking laying down patterns and shit.
Right.
But they're classic. They fucking put out a lyric video for one of their songs, which is just a bunch of fucking blibbity blot shit.
I've seen it. Yeah.
And then they got a fucking T-shirt with the Weeble Box shit on the back, fucking printed. So it's pretty fucking classic. Anyway, also anybody that saw the video from earlier that watched this, and if you see the Crepitation logo, it basically looks like somebody took a hot dog and threw mustard all over the motherfucker. And I always thought that was pretty fucking funny.
You remember for Jesse?
Yeah, I do remember the fucking ketchup and mustard. The logo. So anyway, so they did. They put out that first EP 2012. They got Angwin on guitars, who is also still in the band. In 2015, they released their first full length. Came out on Amputated Vein Records, and it was titled "The Violence of the Slams." Now, anybody that knows Goremonger knows that's a song that I put out in 2008 on my album "Fucking Hate Cunts." But, you know what I'm saying? Right. It was funny because I brought it up to them just, like, jokingly whenever they came and played. And he was like, hey, great minds think alike. And I was like, God damn right. But that album's so fucking sick, though. Fucking one of them. Actually, like, both of their albums, they only got 2 full lengths, but both of them are fucking monster. But Violence of the Slams is nasty. The fucking artwork on it is so sick. Nev from Gruesome Graphics out of Chicago, he did it. And it's like fucking... the Silence of the Lambs dude with a fucking a coat of fucking face skins and shit with his dick tucked in, and it's good shit. Yeah. If anybody's fucking interested, look up Violence of the Slams cover. It's fucking dope. Joe Mortimer was on bass at this point, and he's still in the band now. He's an awesome bassist. He's in a ton of bands. He's a fucking good dude. He is the guy that puts on UK Slam Fest. So that's pretty fucking badass
doing
shit.
Work for the scene.
Yeah. Oh yeah, big time. In 2018, they put out another split called Worldwide Slamicide, and that was with Stillbirth, Gore Event, and Splattered. They put out a split with Fetor in 2019. I got to see them. They played Chicago Domination Fest, so that was pretty fucking sweet getting to see them come over from the UK and seeing them live. Yeah. Their last full length, they've only got 2, like I said. These dudes are fucking crazy busy with all kinds of bands doing all this shit.
Every
so
member's doing
I know it's
shit
tough
all
to
over
get
the place.
together. Yeah, plus fucking tour season, they're fucking constantly on fests and shit. But anyway, so 2023, they put out their second full length, which was called Monstrous Eruption of Impetuous Preposterosity. And whatever we did, right?
I'm glad I don't have... Could you imagine if that was an answer for Jeopardy?
right.
What is?
Yeah, in the form of a question. So these dudes fucking, they put that album out. Fucking, that's 2. Fucking, hopefully they come back and do another one. Like I said, Mark Pierce, he actually just left the band recently, which is pretty sad because he was, the founding member in the band. Right. those guys will carry on. I don't know if there's going to be another album to come out of the band or not, but we'll see. The future will tell. But those dudes are all still involved in other shit too, so... Yeah, fucking Crepitation UK. Go check that shit out, man. Fucking super badass, hella grooves, nasty fucking brutality. We're going to play a little in the bumper music.
Hell yeah, definitely, dude.
Definitely.
Very, very cool.
Kill it.
I always love to hear about something I didn't know anything about. And so, Chris, what about that Lost Classic?
Lost
dude?
Classic. I'm going to go to fucking 2002
Okay.
to Boston.
Okay.
Fucking goddamn Blood for Blood's Outlaw Anthems. Some fucking hardcore punk heavy shit that I love that album. Every song on it. I jam. Got songs like fucking White Trash Anthem is the name of a song. Fucking Ain't Like You. Fucking just go dig that fucking album. It's so fucking good.
Okay.
It just so badass. Check it out.
Very cool. Very cool. And what have we been listening to, Chris? Do you want to mention anything else?
Other than no, you know me.
Right. What about you, 815 Posse?
I mean, fucking,
Anything
yeah,
you've been listening
obviously.
to lately?
Well, besides our, set list music, I listen to that on the way to school just to keep it fresh in my mind.
Right.
Green Naugahyde and Frizzle Fry by Primus.
Nice.
I love
Fuck
Primus.
yeah, dude. Yeah, Primus is crazy, dude. Yeah. Of course, you're a bass player, so you got to respect fucking Les Claypool, man.
That guy's
Goddamn,
crazy good.
He's a beast. But what is your band that you do a cover band, right?
Yeah, it's Radio Silence. We're kind of in the Sauk Valley area up there, Sterling, Rock Falls.
Right on.
Do a lot of just covers. We've talked about maybe doing some originals, but it's kind of more of a cover
Fun
area.
thing, yeah.
Yeah.
I know from doing originals, the cover bands usually did better money wise and more opportunities to play.
Yeah.
So I get it. Well, that's cool though. I knew that you did that. I wanted to give you a chance
What do you
to
cover?
plug the band.
A lot of 90s alternative, Foo Fighters, Pearl Jam.
Right on.
We do some Metallica. Was some Bush.
Right,
Living
so-
Color. A whole bunch of different, just nice
No,
variety.
that's badass, dude. No,
Yeah, that's
see,
cool,
It's
dude.
like, it's not like Skinner or Foreigner.
No, we're more in the 90s. That's because that was
Right,
we were
yeah,
all in
yeah.
high school then, so it was
Right.
big.
Oh, good
That's
shit.
cool.
Hell
That's
yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Joey, what about you, man? What have you been jamming?
Two sides of the coin. I've been jamming a lot of shit. I've been jamming on the brutality side. Man, I got fucking. I just got this fucking Deicide.
The new one?
Disc fucking no.
wow.
It's a 3-disc box set though, but it has fucking the self-titled album Legion and the Aim and Feast and the Beast album.
Dude,
damn.
I wish I
That's
still had
badass.
that tape, that Aim and Feast
Yeah.
of the Beast. Oh, I wish
So
I still had that.
I was glad to get all those on disc, so I got that. Fucking, I was jamming.
Nice.
I was jamming Death, fucking Leprosy. Gotta love that fucking
Oh,
album.
dude, that's amazing.
That's my favorite Death album, honestly.
And then I went on a fucking like a new metal '90s fucking kick,
Yeah.
or 2000s, and I was listening to like Funk Junkies and Dope's first album. But Chris,
Dude,
do you
that-
remember?
that Dope
I was
album.
curious. Did you ever listen to fucking Downset?
Downset. Down.
No.
Probably.
Go
It sounds familiar.
Okay, but go look it up. The fucking self-titled Downset album. You'll thank me later. You'll love that.
Right on,
shit.
I got you. Did you ever listen to because you said Down, have you ever listened to Down? No, I'm just kidding.
I've been jamming this band Carnal Savagery. I got this tip from Shane about this Into the Abysmal Void. Fucking badass death metal. Petrification. We just did a 666 seconds on this. Sever Sacred Light. Those guys are badass. The artist, Joey, you got to check them out. Petrification. The singer is their artist. The artwork
nice.
is unfucking believable, man. The new album, Sever Sacred Light, just Google that. You'll see what I'm talking about. And he's got a whole website just for his shit. It's very impressive. Very, very impressive stuff. Also, Suffer. There's like 4,000 Suffers, but the South Dakota Suffer is like a blackened death metal. It's badass. Very carcassy. from the upcoming new album they've got getting ready to come out. I pre-ordered it, got 2 singles, just absolutely wicked. And then one I just found out about today, this guy that I did the review of Mortisculd, and their promotion company sent me this leather lung with this album called Graveside Grin, which it's really
Grin. I love
really
that.
cool. I think you would like them.
Yeah, I love that.
It's like sludge metal, but it reminds me of like old like White Zombie, but heavier, but very
White
like
Zombie, not Rob Zombie. Like
White Zombie. Yes,
right.
it reminds me of that.
The hot bass.
But it's
With the
heavy,
hot bass.
but it's heavier. It's heavier, and it's badass. Yeah, they've got some really cool. It's not out yet, but I got the review copy, and it's good. I've only listened to like 3 tracks, but I really like it. So yeah, the 666 seconds of metal, we got that on a different channel. So go down below and join or subscribe to that, please. Lot of killer content on there. And we've been doing 2 episodes a week. We did Immortal Possession, Luna and Sanguinum. We've done, quite a few really good. But we did Blood Red Throne, the new Blood Red Throne album. We did a review of that. So there's some good shit on there. And bands. We've been getting a lot of bands contacting us through different promotion companies, PR. So appreciate it, but I can only get to so many of them. So I'm sorry if you've had to wait. But you can get a hold of me at pete@murdermetalmayhem.com, or if you want to do it old school, that's Murder Metal Mayhem, P.O. Box 554, Hayworth, Illinois 61745.
Yo. So Saturday.
Yeah, so how was this show, dude?
The show was fucking fun as fuck, man. Like, great. So, like, the show was at 7. And the fact that it was a Saturday is amazing.
Yeah.
Because normally these shows pop up.
Tuesday or Wednesday
it's like
night.
Tuesday, Wednesdays. Like, are you fucking serious right now?
Gotta get up.
Yeah, no, Saturday. You got Dead Heat, motherfucking Necrot, Ghoul, and Municipal fucking Waste.
Yeah, I
dude.
like Ghoul, man. Ghoul is badass.
Ghoul's awesome.
Yeah, very
So, like,
cool.
got everything going on tonight.
Good crowd?
Had awesome crowd. People came to the house. Like, we had a gang of people at the house for like pregame shit. It's like getting close to showtime. It's like, how we getting there? I was like, I'm fucking walking, dude.
Right. That's
So, like,
the smarter way to go.
yeah, I'm fucking walking, dude. So there's like a gang of at least 10, if not 15 of us, like, you're just all walking from my house to the fucking venue, just like, yeah,
I'm
whatever.
impressed, man. You're like maturing in your old age. You walk into the venue instead of like driving a fucking car without a license.
I'm just saying. But yeah, we got
awesome,
there,
though.
dude. Fucking everybody's hanging out, having a good time, getting together. We met up with some other people that we know. Fucking Trash, fucking Necro Cannibal Ass Grinder, and
Nice.
T-Roy. They was there.
Cool.
Fucking it was fucking Greg Moulton was there or whatever. But we got there, everybody's hanging out for a little bit, and then fucking Dead Heat started playing. It's like, and I had never heard Dead Heat until I saw this show was coming here. I was like, oh, I'm gonna check these guys out. So I checked them out. Live set, totally fucking phenomenal, dude. Like, that was actually like Courtney's favorite band that she saw all night. I'll get into that. But yeah, Dead Heat played, tore up the set. It was up there. Everybody in the crowd. It wasn't like one of them shows like where the opening band, like nobody's hanging out. No, that was like a gang of people there at this fucking stage.
That's great.
Just like ready to go. So like Dead Heat did their shit, and then Nick Rock came out, which like death metal as fuck, dude. I love it. It was so good. I got a couple pictures and videos. I'll send them to you that way if you want to post them.
Yeah. No problem.
And fucking, but Ghoul, their show is like a mini Guar. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because they got the dude in the black comes out, starts cutting heads off and shit. And Ghoul was badass, but motherfucking Municipal Waste, dude. I was like the whole night I was up by the front, but Municipal Waste came out, And there's motherfuckers flying over me all of a sudden. I'm just like,
wow.
shit. Okay, this is a goddamn show right here.
Right.
Like, it was just rowdy as fuck, like, in a good way, like metalheads do it.
Right.
It's like, oh, motherfucker fell down and pick him up. But it was just a rowdy as shit. It was a great fucking night.
That's great.
Everybody in the venue had a fucking superb time. There was no fights. There was none.
That's
They
awesome.
sold lots of merch. I spent too much money on merch that fucking night, bro. I bought 2 shirts and 2 hats. I was like,
Oh, wow.
and I bought beer. I'm like,
Wow. Well, you had a good time, and that's great. That was a good show.
So yeah, anybody look up the
Castle Theater,
was
right?
that
Bloomington.
fuck that place. Anybody looking that likes Municipal Place or want to check some shit out, look up their tour. See if they're coming your way. Go check out that fucking show, dude. It's so good.
That's
It's
badass.
so good.
Joey, what about your distro and Gormonger? Anything you want to mention?
Trying to write some new Goremonger. Fucking been with my job change and shit. Things have been a little weird, but I got a couple shows coming up. Fucking just kind of chilling.
That's cool. That's cool. That 666 Club, you could chill there. Come and join our
Yeah.
Patreon. That's $3 a month. Helps pay the bills, and we appreciate the guys that are and gals that are part of that 666 Club. You
Yeah, we
guys are
appreciate
fucking
you.
awesome. And Colin, you're a 666 Club member.
Yes,
so,
you are, dude.
And you like
yeah.
getting the shit a little early, right?
Yep.
I mean, that's
It's
the
great.
nice thing about it. You get them a little
It doesn't
early.
cost anything. It keeps it going.
Yeah.
It's a good deal.
Yeah, we appreciate that.
Yeah, and you get stuff earlier than everybody else, like the interviews, like the Nico Clo interview, which was a big one. But we, anytime I do interviews, I always post them there first. So all right, well, we have done plenty of metal tonight. So Joey, what the fuck do we got to do?
Let's get our mayhem on.
Have you ever tried slam dancing?
Ladies, women, and skanky bitches, Valentine's Day's right around the corner, and you know what that means. You may just get you a little when you get home, so make sure that cooter's washed up good and smelled like a bouquet of flowers, and not a hot towel soaked in puke, spoiled milk, and your stupid infant kid's diarrhea. You want your man to go down on you? Then you need to let Dr. Gein's Vagina Maintenance help you. You know how that goes whenever we come in the house. We fucking get that pussy just smelling great. That motherfucker's gonna want to start eating that shit, licking. You know what's going on. Keep his head buried in your muff and not blowing chunks and running for the door with Dr. Gein's Vagina Maintenance. Try our new cherry blossom scented vagina butter so you smell like a field of cherry blossoms and not some dead bloated possum rotting in the sun, which he'd probably rather fuck in the first place than your stupid pussy anyway. But this time, give it a try. Treat your gash like the queen she is and not like some trailer park hussy. Call us today at 800-PUSSY-BE-NICE and mention Murder Metal Mayhem and get 10% off your order and our new refrigerator magnet with our phone number between 2 pussy lips. And these are some nice pussy lips, not the ones like yours, you stupid whore. Try that new cherry blossom scent and maybe the pussy lips will be smelling a little bit better. Get them guys smacking their lips and want to put that dick in you. Dr. Gein's Vagina Maintenance, you know how we do.
Oh my god, that's probably the most ridiculous one of them all. That was great.
That was.
Oh my god, Dr. Gein's vagina maintenance. That's like the third one, fourth one we've done. That's
I
fucking
think
great.
it's 4.
Yeah, it could be
Every
more.
time is so good.
It is. That's a newer one, but that's on our Hysterical, Distasteful, and Stupid album. 45 of our fake commercials just like that in all their
Nice.
ridiculous fucking
That's
glory.
good shit.
It's digital, and it's only $6.66. Before that was Crepitation. Joey, what was that track, man?
The track was called Elephantitis Jimmy Hill Style Gigantic Chin Pandas.
Yes.
Off of Violence of the Slams. I should have went into a few of their song titles because they're just ridiculous. Like I said, them dudes are all about just having fun, but at the same time, they bring it with the fucking sick brutality.
I was going to say, you could tell they could fucking play, too. That bass player was fucking sick, man.
Oh, yeah, Joe Moore, that dude is phenomenal. He, when our buddy Ryan Ward died from Cunt Torch, I put together a track with like a whole bunch of different homies on it for him, and Joe Mortimer from Crepitation actually did the bass for that song.
Cool.
That's fucking dope as shit.
That's
Hell
badass. Yeah. Very cool. Joey, you said you had a little mayhem. I got one too, but why don't you go?
Hey, real
Go
quick,
ahead, Chris. Go ahead.
It's not really mayhem, but it's a cool story. That's something I meant to bring up about them. Actually, it's better for the mayhem story or the mayhem segment. So from a Saturday night, like the homie Trash, he was down. Like I said, there's a bunch of people, but after the show, Trash just hit me up earlier today. He's like, he circled a picture that got posted at the show. He's like, these guys. After the show, we went to go get some food at the restaurant, at this certain restaurant, whatever. And like we seen them in there, they was already there, and we got our food, whatever. And then they were gone, but there was merch sitting at the table, so we grabbed it to fucking see if we could find them and shit. And he messaged me that. He's like, we tried to find them, we couldn't find them. He's like, these guys, was it theirs? So I messaged Danny and I was like, hey, did you guys leave some merch at the restaurant, whatever? And he's like, yeah, we totally did. I was like, well, my homie's got it. The bad thing is, he lives in Pana. And he's like, oh, fuck. Well, that's okay. He can mail it or I can just drive there sometime. So I think me and fucking Danny and a couple other people probably going to ride down and hang out with Trash one day, coming up soon. Something good came out of a bad situation. I thought that was awesome.
That's cool.
Like it gives us a reason to go, not just that we don't need a reason.
Right.
Or not that we need a reason. It's like, all right, that worked out. A friend found somebody else's shit, which is awesome. I love that
cool.
shit.
That is cool. Joey, what did you got? What do you got?
All right, so like I said, mine was brought on by one of our listeners and shit. My buddy Ulix down in fucking Australia. Now this motherfucker is Australian as fuck. Like he don't play it. You know what I'm saying? He'll fucking fight a kangaroo and a fucking crocodile and shit. Scream black metal.
Not even give a shit.
Right, but anyway, so he sent me this fucking thing, and you remember whenever we were doing like the funny name towns and shit?
Yes.
Yeah. So he sends me this fucking map of Australia with these names on it. And these are fucking places in Australia. Holy fuck. So I got, first off, there's like fucking 30 knobs. So I'm going to say a few of them because they're fucking funny. But yeah, listen to some of these names in Australia. Bob's Knobs, Hungry Knob, Sending Knob, 6 Mile Knob, 2 Mile Knob, Bald Knob, Delicate Knobby, Bob's Knob,
You gotta stop, dude.
Devil's Knob, Devil's Knob.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Okay, Peculiar Knob.
You gotta fucking stop, dude.
Okay, so that, like I said, there big knob. There's a lot of knobs. So here's some of the. Did I say hungry knob? That's too much. Okay,
You did. I thought a hungry
right.
man.
Bad
imagery.
Holy shit.
all right. So here's some of the other names. They got Muff Creek.
That don't have knob.
Right. They got Muff Creek. They got Bastard Boar.
Yes.
They got Intercourse Island. They got fucking Dogger's Gorge, Mount Fanny. They got Butt Street.
Oh,
They got-
fucking
All the
dead.
shit goes down.
right next to Rudy Hill, they got Bullshit Hill. They got fucking. Oh, there's a prominent knob too. Coolia knobbing. That's what.
That's
Oh my
like
God.
that's like a hooker fucking sucking dick. Coolio
Hold
not.
on. All right. So now here's, and then these are the last ones. This is South Australia. They've got Bumbang Island, Burrum Buttock. They got Mount Buggery. I mean, that's just fucking ominous.
right.
Sounding. I don't know about that.
That's sodomy right there.
Yeah. Oh, they got a spanker knob too. They got Breakwind Reserve. They got Titwobble Lane. Titwobble Lane.
Wow.
Jesus
They
fucking
got-
Christ, dude.
It must be bumpy.
They got
Very
Pensioners Bush. And then the the lowest ones in Australia are Pisspot Creek, and the lowest one, Lovely Bottom. That's the lowest.
Piss Pot Creek. Wow.
So Australia, they came with
Yeah,
it.
you
man.
guys-
Australia, you coming with it, y'all?
we got
Hell
all
yeah.
these Australian listeners. You guys
Hey,
gotta let
nothing
us
against
know.
y'all, but those are some great names.
That's some great shit there. Wow, good stuff.
Oh
Well,
my god, dude.
I've got a story that's just one of those moments that would have
Holy
been
shit.
too quick to pick up on a phone. But you know, how some people just
yeah.
happen to have that knack. I don't. My phone wasn't on me. It was in the house. Anyway, we had a Terminix guy just doing a routine bait check around the house type visit. And so he knocked on the door, came out. I went out on the porch to talk to him. And so his back was to what happened for a moment. I was facing what happened. So anyway, we're talking. I wasn't talking to him for more than maybe 10, 15 seconds. All of a sudden, we heard this scream coming from my right, moving toward us on the sidewalk in front of my house. And it's like a pretty frantic screaming. And then we see this dog. And I don't know what kind of dog it was. It was like a medium-sized dog, but it was hauling fucking ass. And there's a kid. I don't know how old he was. I'm thinking 5 or 6.
Oh, shit.
With a leash like this, fully fucking extended,
Superman.
getting
dragging his
dragged. He was getting dragged so hard that he was bouncing and catching air as this dog ran. And
I'm sorry, kid, but this is funny.
me and this guy were fucking dying. Now, if he didn't have a heavy coat on, it was cold out, he would have been fucked up. And it wouldn't have been funny, okay?
I'm surprised he wasn't fucking
I know,
bouncing his
it's-
face off the ground and shit.
He was bouncing because that was the first thing the guy said is, did you see he was catching air? And I'm like, I did. Like, that was fucking nuts. So then he's running toward the house next door, which is on the corner. And as the dog is turning the corner, he like rolls off into like down the short grass embankment into the street. But it's like a parking spot, so and it's a small town. Like
Oh, now he's gonna get run over.
Right, he got right up. He jumped up and he's like, "What the hell?" He's screaming. And then, whoever the adult was over there, there's new people. I don't know who they are. But that was my anointment into meeting my neighbors, was this kid getting dragged and catching fucking air, but I don't know what the fuck. So when I sent a text to Jenny and I sent one to my son and I think my daughter too, and just trying to explain the story, Jenny like responded in like a weird way. She's like, you know, I because I was still laughing my ass off because he's okay. I mean, like if he was fucked up, it wouldn't be funny, you know. But he was fine.
He's
He
like,
just
what?
scared
It's
the
fucking
shit out of
dog.
me. But the way he jumped up and was like, "What the hell?" It was so fucking cool. Like the kid fucking throw up the fucking horns, dude. Like that's just fucking awesome. But
That's great. I
yeah,
love it.
so but she was envisioning, and so was my son. So it had to be in the text I sent. Him being like dragged like by the mouth, like the dog was like pulling his arm and dragging. Now that would be fucking brutal as fuck.
No, he's
and
just got a whole
obviously
leash and
not
the dog's
laughing
like,
about
I'm
it.
out.
No, he was fully fucking extended with that leash out. It was fucking awesome. Yeah.
I mean, good on him for not letting the goddamn dog go.
No,
Right?
no,
Hell
he did
yeah.
it. He hung in there and rolled off into the fucking street. Jumped right up like fucking
"You motherfucking
like,
dog."
Fuck you, dog. Prick. Yeah, I was dying, man. It was so funny. So yeah, so there's my contribution to the mayhem segment.
Hell yeah. You got anything you want to tell, Colin?
Yeah, Colin, you got any stories you want to tell?
I don't really.
All right, right
That's
on.
all right. Well,
Just
next
throw it
time.
out there.
Next time. Be,
Colin's smarter than us.
yeah, right.
Right.
The 666 Seconds of Murder. These have been really popular on the YouTube channel. The Idaho 4 episodes, especially Delphi. Did an interview with Strange Suspicion, that channel on YouTube. A.R. Hayes, I mentioned that already. The bonus episode that was last week was from the A.R. Hayes interview. And now I'm starting a new series. I'm doing the recording of this tomorrow called True Crime Deep Cuts, which will deeper into the subjects that are way too much for 666 seconds. We got a lot of comments on there that have been asking for more than just the 666 seconds. So I'm going to try it. We'll see. It'll be coming out Friday, so the day after this one drops, Friday in the afternoon. So keep your ear out for that. And it's going to be cool. We're doing the Idaho 4 case and the possibility of a co-defendant in the case. So right now there's only one person in jail waiting for trial, but there's some rumor that maybe there's somebody else. So we're going to talk about it, and I'll have Blogger Girl on with me to do that, and some clips from the interviews I've done, and also from Unfiltered Lucky's channel. So go check out the YouTube Murder Metal Mayhem.
Go
and,
check that shit out.
Subscribe. All right. Well, it is time.
Ring the bell, you fucking pansy.
Well, there you go. And this is Killer Cage Match. And
Yes.
and this is where we take 100 killers that we've come up with, 100 objects for them to fight with, a variable in the cage, and a song playing on our 666,000 watt custom made stereo. And we have listeners that pick random numbers, so we know what the hell's going on tonight. So, Chris,
Yeah.
who do we want to thank again?
Once again, we got Peggy Sue D419 Queen.
419 Queen.
And we got Ray Mac Daddy McFalls.
Oh, yeah. Fuck yeah.
And one, the Latino Dream Molina.
Oh, there's the women sighing right there. All right, well, we got one hell of a wild match tonight. Joey, what's up tonight?
He'll suck your dick and never let you leave, Jeffrey Dahmer. And he'll cut your goddamn head off and bury it in his garden so you can make sure he's looking at you, Ed Kemper.
Oh, yeah.
Dahmer and Kemper, this will be a good one.
This is classic. But like Chris said, I mean, anybody going up against Kemper, obviously you get the size issue here. But I also thought it was interesting and just bum luck, because, I mean, these random numbers are given to us by our listeners, that it came up with Ed Kemper, because we get the Ed Kemper mask coming tomorrow. I'm so fucking pumped for it. But they're going to have a couple of objects, Chris. What do they got tonight?
Oh, I don't know, man. What are they going to have, Colin? What do they got? Oh, I put you in a state of shock.
Well, they're going to have a pair of steel-toed boots and a can of bug spray.
No, one of those is bad. The other one's bad, too.
Yeah, they could get ugly with that shit.
Nice.
And the variable, Joey, what's the variable?
Alex Murdaugh, after taking 10 Oxycontins and drinking a 6-pack of beer.
Oh, that could be fun.
Well, I'm going to say the beer is Steel Reserve. So
Oh,
that's
rough.
And the song playing is For Whom the Bell Tolls by Metallica. That's fucking badass. So
Sounds like the Grave, or what's his name? The Undertaker's theme song.
Oh, right. So we got an interesting matchup tonight. We got Jeffrey.
My girlfriend said that I was playing For the Bell Tolls, and she said, "Is that the Undertaker's theme?"
Oh,
I was like,
For real?
I was like, yeah,
Stephanie
yeah.
said that shit.
that's
Yeah, so
hilarious.
now that I think that's all I'm going to think of.
Dong.
Exactly. That's funny. So we got Jeffrey Dahmer going up against the co-ed killer himself, Ed Kemper. They got a pair of steel-toed boots and a can of bug spray. The variable is Alex Murdoch after 10 oxys and a 6-pack of beer, and the song is For Whom the Bell Tolls. So this is going to be interesting tonight, Chris. How do we even start this one? I mean, this is just nuts.
All right. So Jeffrey Dahmer's already in the damn cage because he just noticed there's a bunch of goddamn bugs that he could like dissect. So he's already got that can of bug spray. He's like killing the bugs, and he's in the corner with the bug spray, slitting them open, seeing what's inside. He's looking at Alex Murdaugh. He's like, that's how I need to drug all my victims. Fucking all these Oxycontins and a 6-pack of beer. And then they're done because fucking Alex Murdaugh's out. And when I say out, he's pretty much dead. I'm not even worried about him.
Okay.
And then next thing you know, you hear, dun, for who the bell tolls. Dun. And see, that's what's fucked up. It is like the Undertaker's intro because here comes Ed Kemper and he walks in. He walks in and fucking for whom the bell tolls is just jamming. But he puts the boots on and he's like, who has the steel toes? Dun, 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 dun. Who has the steel toes? Dun, 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 dun.
Kemper with the steel toes. Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah. So he just walks over to fucking goddamn.
Mackay somebody?
No, he walks over to fucking Dahmer and he's like, "What's up, dude? I think I see you like cutting things heads off too." Like, yeah, it's pretty fucking fun. So they just both go over and they look at fucking Alex fucking Murdaugh and they're like, "Yeah, he's weak. He's gonna die anyway. He took too many drugs." So they just hang out together for a while and then they just trollop off in happy fantasy. Okay. I'm letting these guys win together.
Okay, they're just
like, fuck Alex Murdaugh.
Yeah. All right.
I got my boots. You got your fucking bug spray and your decapitations. I like to decapitate. We can do it together. Let's go.
All right, kind of a harmonious ending.
I am giving a harmonious
Colin,
ending.
do you have anything you want to contribute? Joey, what about you, dude?
Fucking, I mean, the cage match tonight? All right, let's do it. Let's fucking...
Oh, shit. I love Cashman stories.
So, you know, where now, chun. I just saw, just by the way, too, I just saw recently, I can't remember what the name of that pedal is, but fucking, I think they just reissued that. Yeah, the fucking Cliff Burton style.
Yeah,
anyway,
I used to play with the wah back in the day because it was cool. Geezer used one and Cliff Burton used one.
I used to play with wahs all the time, but then they grew up and they're teenagers now. Fucking goddamn kids.
But yeah, so fucking, all right, back to what we were saying. That part, and then chun, and fucking, dude, first off, fucking Kemper's sitting there just laughing because he's like, Jesus Christ, like, I'm looking at a couple fucking not in my fucking category fucking dudes in here. Tail of the, like, Dahmer, don't get me wrong, Dahmer's not a small dude. Murdoch wasn't a small dude, or isn't a small dude either, but Kemper is like goddamn Frankenstein.
Right.
Yeah, he is the Undertaker of the cage match. I mean, that's basically what's going on right now.
Right.
And fucking, so anyway, so he's just kind of laughing about shit. He's like, this is just not even fair. I know I don't like that dude over in the corner that's babbling and talking to the fucking lights and asking shit to the fucking invisible people, but I'm not going to fuck with him because that's not my style of shit. But Dahmer over there, Dahmer's like, yeah, I love to kill and fuck dudes and do all kinds of shit to dudes. So if you want me to go over there and take care of that motherfucker, this is perfect because I don't even have to date rape drug him already.
Right.
Because he's fucking done did it himself.
He's a zombie.
Yeah, he's fucked up. So he goes over, fucking takes Murdoch, where no, put a fucking drill in your head and lobotomize you, chunna, and that's what Dahmer's doing. And Dahmer, you know Dahmer, he'll jam some Metallica too. Don't even let that in 91, listening to or watching Exorcist 3, listening to fucking probably For Whom the Bell Tolls as the soundtrack. I mean, that shit was what was up. Anyway, so the problem is now he's got Murdoch. He's fucking, you know, sticking his dick in him all different kinds of places, cutting him into pieces, and fucking Kemper's just sitting there kind of bored and shit. He's like, man, we need to fucking jazz this up. He goes, the problem is we do have to kill each other, Dahmer. It would be cool if me and you could just ride out, where no, power team, serial killer duo, that would be dope. But in the Killer Cage match, the fucking Murder Metal Mayhem dudes, they don't allow us to do that, so we gotta do something else. He grabs them fucking steel-toe boots, fucking grabs that fucking bug spray, sprays them into the steel-toe boots, hands one to Dahmer, they start huffing that shit. They're getting fucking high, boy. They are high off this shit. And he's like, now we're ready to fucking kill each other, motherfucker. And Kemper fucking goes to swing on Dahmer and completely misses him. I just dropped my phone because the excitement's so crazy here. And fucking Dahmer, he's like, motherfucker, what you don't know about me is I've been taking drugs and getting wireless since I was like 8, homie, so I'm not even that phased. Give me more of that bug spray. He's huffing it. He takes the fucking can and starts spraying it into the asshole of fucking Murdaugh's corpse, and he just starts huffing the fucking bug spray and ass fumes, just Jesus. Fucking Jankum style, having a blast. Fucking Kemper finally starts coming to his senses because it's kind of like whenever you huff blades.
The wah-wahs go away.
Yeah, the wah-wahs are happening, and then you're fucked up, and then they start going away. Kemper's like, dude, I just want to go home and fucking get over this situation and jack off to my mom's fucking corpse. So I just need to take that. Yeah, he just takes his fucking forearm and just starts pummeling fucking Dahmer in the head, much like fucking Scarborough did to Dahmer later on in life.
Right.
Or Scarver, what's his name? Is that was it?
The killer? Yeah,
I can't remember the guy.
Damn it, I can't think. I'm fucking up because I'm fucking high over here, but you know what's going on.
Yeah,
Kemper's dropping them forearms fucking heavy style.
Wow.
Dahmer dead just like he is in real life. Kemper said, where now, let me out of this cage, Pete, Kristen, Joey, and Colin. Where now? And that's the cage.
Fuck yeah.
Nice. All right, well, that's
Kemper.
You guys
That's why
make
the
magic.
listeners like the Killer Cage match. Good stuff. Yeah, I think Kemper's a pretty tough dude to fucking take out.
I like to watch him trollop away in the fucking forest again.
I like that too. That's very nice. All right, my last book, Creation of Chaos 4. You can get that at PeteAltieri.com. I got all my books there. I'll link to that down below. And also got audiobooks there as well, physical. My books come with a poster and bookmark. If you get them on Amazon, I don't get a whole lot of money out of it, and you don't get the poster or bookmark. And I do also have the audiobooks on Audible, Amazon, and Apple, but again, you get pennies. So if you want to order them off my website, that helps me out a little bit more. So I appreciate that.
Come on, help a motherfucker out.
That's right. All right. Well, we have done plenty
damn.
of mayhem tonight. Hopefully this dog will stop running so this kid can get off that leash. Let's hit that fucking outro. And I wish I didn't fuck up and didn't clip down these sound bites, so I didn't give any vocals with any of these clips tonight. But the Crepitation song did, but not the two I had. But that was Carnal Savagery. These guys are wicked. That song's called Column of Maggots. These guys are badass.
The one Shane told you about.
Yeah, really, really good band. So check them out. I think they're Swedish, if I'm not mistaken. So good stuff there. All right, well, very cool, and big thanks, Colin, for you coming down, 815 Posse, and glad you got here and got to do one of these episodes with us.
It's super dope to meet you in person, bro.
He's been giving Chris the stout over here, and Chris
my God,
holding it together. I'm so impressed with you, dude.
I haven't. Well, I said, I
Jesus.
drank that one little one airplane bottle, but yeah, these beers.
Yeah.
Fucking nice, Colin. Thank you.
Get your Pop Tarts over there. You got some alcohol.
I didn't eat the Pop Tarts.
You're like a fucking king over there.
I actually did something different today than I do a lot of times. I ate something before I came here.
Ah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Not just
that's a good idea.
Drink, not
Empty stomach,
drink the whole time between work and podcast.
Right.
I ate.
Well,
you
good.
you should dip the Pop-Tarts in the stout.
Ooh.
Hold on, wait.
Ooh.
Hold on. I know we're not recording right now, but hey, Joey, you see this?
No, we are recording
is
right
We
that-
are recording.
Oh, shit.
yeah.
No, I mean video.
No,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
Yeah, but see this? This is a fucking Pop-Tart, and this is a
Yep.
coffee stout. So Pop-Tart in
Nice.
coffee. See?
Pop-Tarts, we love you. We do shit like this for Pop-Tarts.
Yeah, R.I.P. to Bill Post, the
Yeah.
inventor of the Pop-Tart. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Go
So
Pop-Tart.
yeah, so very cool. And Colin, didn't you have a shout out you wanted to give?
I do. It's my mom's birthday today, so I want to
yeah.
tell my mom happy birthday. I love
Hopefully
you.
your
Hell
mother
yeah.
still
Mom's name?
admits that she's your mother after listening to this episode.
Oh, she will.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's
but-
good.
What's your
That's
mom's name? Because I don't want to be like, happy birthday, Colin's mom.
Mary Ellen.
Mary Ellen.
Mary Ellen,
Happy
that's
birthday,
a very nice
Mary Ellen. Hope you're having a great time. And your son is an amazing person. You did good.
All right, the bumper music tonight, Joey. Who did we play?
We listened to Carnal Savagery, Mortiscold, and Crepitation.
Very cool.
Fuck yeah, dude.
And that metal segment, Chris.
Oh, we got the great metal motherfucking Chrysix.
Hell yeah.
Get that shit in.
And Colin, what about the Murder Metal Mayhem intro?
Oh, that's Crawl Space by Low 12.
Fuck
Fuck
yeah.
yeah, it is.
Thanks to all you guys listening out there. You guys on YouTube that watch, we appreciate it very much. And we want to have a few comments read here. A couple from YouTube, couple from Buzzsprout, kind of all over the place. But Chris, what about that first one?
We got Tanya Richards says, I love the Ted Bundy episode you guys did. Such a great rundown of a true crime legend. You guys rock. Thank
Fuck
you,
yeah.
Tanya.
Thanks, Tanya.
Keep on listening. Tell your friends. You should probably do criminal activities and tie your friends down and make them listen.
Colin, what
upon
about
them.
that second one? You want to read that one?
We got Veronica Johnson from YouTube on the Ted Bundy bonus episode video. Great episode, and I agree. We need more help for Jeff. LOL.
Fucking right.
Very cool. Joey, how about that third one, dude?
Yoel Speaks said from the YouTube about the A.R. Hayes podcast was two of my favorite YouTube personalities. I love the way you two interact.
Hell yeah.
Fucking
Thank you
right.
for that.
That's awesome.
And Joe Christensen, 54, comments that Ted Bundy episode was killer. You guys are so far ahead of anyone else. It's stupid. I love it. Well, thanks, Joe. That's very nice of you to say. There's a lot of good content out there, so we appreciate you taking the time to listen to us. So we do appreciate
You know
it.
all the shit you guys do.
Yeah, don't
for
forget,
us.
if you need a tattoo and you're in that Southern Illinois area, St. Louis, go check out
Edwardsville.
Epic Inc. Yeah, Edwardsville, Illinois. Kaylin Stowers is who you should ask for. You can go check her Instagram out, witchywoman_Inc. A lot of pictures of her work there. Looks really awesome. So I'll link to the Facebook page in the episode description so you can get a hold of them and ask for Kaylin Stowers.
And she will cook you up.
That's right. That's right. You can get one of my books at PeteAltieri.com. I got several of them there, so do that. And MurderMetalMayhem.com. You can get our merch. And you can get that Hysterical, Distasteful, and Stupid album. I can tell you that for $666.
$666. And you get one song.
That's right.
That's it.
45 though, fucking ignorant ass commercials that we've done, and it's worth it. And then Joey, how about your distro? Anything you want to
You
mention?
said you good?
Yeah, it's fucking disappearing. I'm fucking shrinking it. But I do have the new Goremonger Splits 2 album out. And honestly, I fucking really should put out. I was talking about doing a physical batch of the fucking Murder Metal Mayhem Distasteful album. I do need to do that. So
Yeah.
that's
that'd
probably
be
something
cool.
else I'll look towards. Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, I'd be all about that. You can like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you don't want to miss any of these 666 seconds videos that we're doing, and we also do have an Instagram page and TikTok. I have done nothing with either of those, but I will. I'm just really busy, but I am meaning to get, especially TikTok, because there's like millions of people They
I
use
saw
this
Peggy
shit.
Sue. She's ready to fucking check
She
it
is,
out.
she is, and I can't fucking stand all this fucking shit that keeps coming out, but it's hard to turn it down, you know, like you get an audience that's a lot younger than we are getting currently. On the YouTube channel, 65% are female, and the average age is 45 to 65. Digging on some
God
murder metal
damn,
bands.
we got
so-
some fucking mature shit.
yeah,
going on.
yeah, they're all about it. So,
Hey,
but
ladies.
and the TikTok crowd is obviously the younger, so that would be great. And so I am going to do it. It's not that big of a deal. They're just little short, minute-long videos. I mean, I could crank that out pretty easily. You could support the 666 Club for $3 a month. Go to that Patreon. I'll link to that down below.
It's less than a fancy cup of coffee a month.
There you go. A fancy cup of coffee. I like that. Well, we can't let him go without hearing a karaoke song, a little blast from the past. So crank this shit up. And until next time, keep one foot in the gutter.
Thank you, Colin. But keep your strong fists weak.
My strong hand. Crazy, I'm crazy for feeling so lonely. I'm crazy, crazy for feeling so blue. I knew you loved me as long as you wanted, and then someday you'd leave me for somebody new. Worry, why do I let myself worry? Wondering, what in the world did I do? Crazy for thinking that my love could hold you. I'm crazy for trying, and crazy for crying, and I'm crazy for loving you. Crazy for thinking that my love could hold you. I'm crazy for trying, and crazy for crying, and I'm crazy for love in you. You crazy motherfuckers.
Mother, man.